Hello and welcome to my new video. Today we're gonna talk about single golden oil strategy, which is like golden, silver, 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 opal, opal, and triple teal oils. So yeah, let's look at the spreadsheet. So we can see that in first 4 days, and actually it was Monday and Tuesday, my profits were around 12 divines per hour, using the averaged price of divine then, which was 136 C. So we can see that the my first runs were pretty high, and then it went a little bit down, but we can still see that the average is pretty high here. And you know, this means that it's a little bit more profitable very early on, and then when economy shifts a bit, the costs went up a lot. We can already spot this. Let's say Monday going to Tuesday. Tuesday was already like it is now for a week. So that really takes a lot of our profits. But regarding loot, we can also see that it went a bit down from like 4k, 3.7, 3.5, then 3, then okay, we had like a lucky session here with 8 divines, but it's, you know, maybe it's on the unlucky side, but I think it went down a bit, and that's because, you know, things like fusings, where are they? Yeah, fusings and chromatics, right? So yeah, here they are part of, let's say, our more valuable part of the loot, and that means if they go down rapidly, our profit hurts a bit. It's not much, it's, you know, few percent here, few percent there, but it's overall like some currency is going down, some currency is going up. But we are now spot in, let's say, in a very difficult moment, because the oils and costs are very high. I think they are highest as far as I remember ever, especially the map, like 40C, it's quite a lot. And on the other hand, the profits are not yet grown, because some currency like stack decks and awakened sextants are not yet worth as much as they used to be. So we can just look, for instance, on old data, and we can see that the distribution here is quite different, right? So we can see we have stack decks and awakened sextant being responsible for 14 and 5%, while in this league right now we have like 9%, and awakened sextants are 3%, not even like top 3, right? And we can see oils like are also a big part of our loot. So I believe this is the main reason why it's like that. It's not too bad. It's about 7 divines, and it still takes roughly 65 minutes for, let's say, beginner friendly builds. So we went down from 12 divines per hour in your first 3-4 days. Then after that, that's right, like 7. But I think that's the lower end, and we'll talk about other reasons why. But how can you improve that score, right? So you want to make like 200 divines, raw divines for your mage blood or something, and this will be very hard, or it will take really lots of gameplay to complete with Blight. So you can help yourself with small things, right? So this is basically crafting or doing like essence slamming, like roll your flasks to find some T1 mods there. If you have like quicksilver or granite flask, you can just try to sell something for 100C, etc. So you can choose like whatever little tasks you can do in your hideout. You have plenty of currency in your startup, because you drop everything. You drop essences, you drop fossils, right? So you have every little thing to craft your own stuff. You have bases, you can adapt your filter to pick more stuff, right? So there's really a lot of things you can do between the gameplay, right? So your benefit is that you are online, you're playing the game, you are in Ravaged. You can always leave the map, right? So you are not if you leave the map, it just holds, right? It doesn't go through. So everything is not moving there. It's like, you know, freeze. So you have time to trade, right? So you can jump out of your Blight-ravaged map and just land the trade, right? And make use of it, right? So I really think like keeping your jewels on the filter gives you a lot of potential, right? So you can make like use of those stash tabs and try to sell stuff in bulk, right? So this is really helpful, because I landed like a lot of, you know, 20, 29, like 21, 20, all those holes are like items. Then if I don't sell something for too long, and I don't want to clear the tab yet, I just, you know, slam Vow Orb on it, right? So I corrupt it. I try to land like corrupted blood cannot be inflicted on you, etc. mods, or just re-roll the mods, maybe potentially to land something nice that someone will want to buy. So That's, I think, a lot of potential early on in the first week. That's really important, because if you, that's really interesting, right? So if your first session would be like this, where I dropped like 0 divines, and it was, you know, I think one of the worst sessions with this strategy I ever had, but it is what it is, right? So I made just like 400 C in 1 hour of gameplay, which is crazy to think about, and that's like 2 divines. So you just changed your divine orbs and chaos orbs to buy all these mobs, etc., and then you land something like that. So you are probably out of currency, and all your currency is split close to this. So, you know, you will get maybe 1/3 of it. So you basically cannot continue, right? Because you will have divines, you sell stack decks, you sell like some scarabs, maybe some essences and fossils, but then it's so, you know, scattered across different types of currency. Early on, you won't have enough stacks to sell this, because that would take more time than trying to make money some other way. So this is kind of bad to start at this point. It was much better early on, and that's, you know, that was much easier. But so doing this extra stuff can keep you, you know, flowing and swimming in the, you know, in the game, right? Because if you drown, and then it might be hard to recover and play in sessions, which is really favorable when you do the teal oil strategy. So, you know, there are things that can go really wrong, but there are things where they can go really cool and easy for you. So you can drop something big, or you can just have lucky sessions like me, like dropped 8 divines in this session, and after this you're basically done for another 20 maps, right? So you sell your stuff and you play again, you play and sell, and it's just all of that, right? So make sure that you find something extra for you to keep you going and keep running maps. That's really easy, and there are plenty of stuff. You can roll your sextants, right? So early on, like awakened sextants are quite cheap. So if you unlock your void stone, you can roll them and lock with compasses, right? Then when you sell them and somebody pings you, you can just ask them, oh, do you want to buy more? And instead of, you know, selling something for 30C or 50C, you sell maybe for 100 or 150, right? So that's really useful, and this will help you make some extra bucks. But that's of course optional, because you will then be a more of hideout warrior over than running ravaged maps. But myself, I like a little bit of diversification and just, you know, do something else than just ravaged maps, because otherwise I would, you know, burn out and leave the game or something. So I'd rather do something that is fun to me, that I enjoy, etc. But if you don't enjoy trading, just maybe sell your sextant, right? So I think other thing you can do is like cherry picking your layouts. So if you go to the wiki, you can find like which maps drops the fortunate. So there is a list of layouts. Then you can choose those layouts in the trade. I just picked like random layouts, and there is a maximum number of layouts you can select here. And some maps have 2 tiers of version. You know, there are 2 versions of this map, like T14, T16. It doesn't matter, but it's just separate in the trade system. So then you can just buy maps in bulk, right? Other than buying them from TFT and filtering your layouts. Yeah, this is another thing how you can do it, right? So you just select the layouts. You ensure that you select group by seller, yes, and then you just copy or direct whisper someone. That's how you can get more maps targeting layouts, right? Of course, there are better cards like Doctor, etc. So what you can do, if you want to target like the best layouts, just sort by price here. So you will see you can target like Crimson Temples, Burial Chambers, Waste Pool. I don't think Bog drops anything. Yeah, so but those 3 will be let's say dropping Doctor and Apothecary, etc. So yeah, this is what you can do. Apart from that, you can just go for, but this will cost more, right? Because it's like here, it's really hard to buy them in bulk because many people do that. So I think targeting fortunate is, let's say, more possible, but it's not like this will make you know, it's not day and night difference. It's a bit of a hassle, so it's up to you. I don't think I'm gonna be doing that, although it's also nice to buy maps in bulk. So I think I will just stick with TFT. I will try to hunt Crimson Temples as soon as there will be any supply. For now, it's really hard to buy them. So that's also, yeah, extra thing you can do on top of the basic profit. So then I have a, let's say, mixed opinions on what tool to use, but basically this makes my life much easier. It has worse pricing because we can see like stack depth here is 1.5C, which is close to what POE Ninja says, but in PoeStack we have a little bit more advancing models behind pricing, and yeah, and I'm not sure which one is correct. So many people use PoeStack. I'm using Exilence next. So if your other YouTubers, you know, use this tool, I'm not sure. Maybe this one is wrong. This one is correct. Yeah, according to POE Ninja, this is closer to 1.5. So I don't know. Maybe that's better, but definitely Exilence next is more pessimistic, and I'm sticking with it. So my scores are, let's say, lower end. Hopefully you will get more money than I did, and maybe you can sell it for more like on PoeStack, but I think it's just something I wanted to mention because like in 3.22 we had really nice score, like 11 divines from the loot at 230, so it's a bit later in the league, but also the cost was already higher. But anyway, we've got, you know, like really high scores, and this data was collected with PoeStack because I didn't know there is like community edition for Exilence next, so I was using PoeStack, while in 3.21 I was using Exilence next, and we can see that the loot combined here is a bit lower. So I think that's that proves a bit that the tools are different, and yeah, it's maybe because the economy was a bit different, but I think it was because, at least a little bit, because I use different tools, right? So just have this in mind. I'd rather have, you know, lower numbers, because some people get angry when they see a video of me, like, you know, like a diary, right? So what I get from this file, and I post like 15 divines or 12 divines per hour, because this is what I've got, you know, according to my numbers. It doesn't mean it stayed like that, because it wouldn't out much less. But I think it was also important to understand how profitable ravaged maps are in the, you know, first hours, first days of the league. And, you know, the faster you can get there. I wasn't like the first one, but I got there on Monday, like run like 50 maps Monday, Tuesday, and it made me a lot of currency. And people who got there like on Saturday and Sunday, they made, you know, enough currency to buy their mage bloods and headhunters or whatever they needed, right? Because they could buy like apothecaries early on, and that snowballed, right? So yeah, what else you can do? Yeah, you can run your maps corrupted. That's extra profit from tainted oils. Yeah, have a div. Then please check out my video in the description about corrupting maps, how to run Twist of Fate effectively, because I think you should reroll your 4 and 5 mods, and you shouldn't be rerolling like your 6 mods because you have a bad mod, right? So it's a bit, let's say, challenging, because your build needs to be really good to do all the mods, but it's really not nice to reroll like 6 mods or 8 mods, because you can't do one mod, right? So maybe save those maps for later, or fix your build. I think cremation with enough investment will be a good tool to do corrupted maps. I hope I will get there soon to let you know what needs to be done. I think tainted oil will still go up in price, because not many people can do the maps, and I think it's really important to, you know, anoint your corrupted amulet if you have one. So yeah, what else you can do? You can reduce your time with build upgrades and good filter, right? So this is calculation for 65 minutes, but when your build gets better, and this has been proven in the past, this is early on, so as well as 65, but in 3.22 we've got this caster wheel mastery. So now we are able to open the chests when we cast a spell, and that saves us a bit of time. So in fact this is around 58 from what I could count with, let's say, endgame version of build, so, and good filter. So I think 58 is like optimal time. If you get better, then it's nice, maybe because you had like more armor chests, etc. You don't need to open them anymore, so you just press a button, and if there's nothing, you just move on. So if you are unlucky, you have not enough loot, it will, you know, be faster. And then on those maps that you have a lot of loot, then it will you know, slow down. But this is really nice. This is a huge improvement for us, and this can be also achieved with Warcries. I prefer this one because I like my charms, which is like for cremation build. So I use like cover in ash, I use increased monsters health and resistances, and reflect elemental damage, and again increased corpses health, right? So they are not that expensive, and I think they add a lot to your build. So I'd rather use caster mastery over this node and use all 3 charms. So that's my take on the improvement of time, and I believe it will get better, because we can see it grows slowly, but it grows like every 2 days, like some percentage. So in a week it will be like 2.5, I guess, because this will snowball. Once people have like their end game builds, they will start some, you know, they will start living, they will start gambling their wealth. Not everyone plays like 4 weeks. Some people play like 2 weeks and they start gambling. So this will go up. With the sextant, it will go up. Sell your currency, play with Exilence next. Ensure you identified like your most expensive inventory items. Or maybe I can switch profiles to explain this better. So here you can see how it grows. So if I only sold this page, like those 20 items, I should be having like rough currency around 10,000 rough currency, right? So this is important to go one by one. Like for now, awakened sextants are a big part of my loot, but like I said, I just wanna try out rolling them, because I don't need to buy them. So I'm still waiting, because I need to find a moment to do that. And with stack decks, the same. You can keep them now. They will grow pretty fast, I think, like 1C at least on next week. So if you can live without selling them, I would keep them for a bit longer, unless you have anything else to invest in, like apothecary that will also go up, or mirrors or whatever, right? So, you know, if you have enough of them to buy something valuable that will definitely go up, maybe just swap this and don't hold. But apart from that, if you have just like few hundred, I don't think it matters that much. You won't buy anything nice for that currency anyway. So with this said, I believe it's not bad in this league. It's not best what we had, but there are some differences. There are some stuff extra that you can do to top that profit, and I think this is still a good and fun way to earn your mage blood in first 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 1 week if you are a really power gamer. So I hope this video helps you, and you know, stay around to see more videos about blighted maps and ravaged maps and stuff. Thank you. Cheers. Bye.